Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from the 2022 Spring Arlington NARBC. I'm here with the woman.
I'm Amanda.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's out of Wisconsin. This is a beautiful Retic goddess.
Oh, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your business, who you guys are, what year you got started.
All right. Well, we're In Your Face Exotix from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and we've been in the business for about 25 years. I actually kind of married into it.
Okay.
So I was in it for the long haul, so I had to get used to them.
There we go.
And now this is what I do.
That's amazing. So are you guys, is this your full-time gig, or do you guys still work 9 to 5?
Yes. My husband and I, actually I should just say he does. We own 2 tattoo studios, so he's
nice.
Constantly working.
Okay.
And I do it full-time along with my partner Sarah. And then we have Dave that also works part-time with us.
Dave is always good.
He's amazing.
We have one.
Do you?
Yeah, we do.
Oh gosh, Dave's a ginger though. Is yours?
No, but he is a goofball.
So is
They're
ours.
kind of on the same genetic line.
Yep.
The
I think
ginger
so.
and the goofball.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yep. That's Dave. Right?
I figured as much. I can tell a Dave when I see him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us kind of about your collection. What jeans are you working with?
Okay. Well, we have about.
You're only Retics, right?
We are only Retics. I dabble with the ball pythons, but yeah, we're pretty much only Retics. We have about 600 Retics. So yeah, I know it's it's insane. We love the Motley stuff, the GC stuff. We love cows. I mean, pretty much we love all of them.
Okay.
My husband loves. Yeah, we dabble with pretty much every gene.
Wow. Yeah, I mean 600. You're not specialized in anything specifically.
Right. Yeah.
That's wild. That's really wild. I want to know about your facility.
Oh, it's huge.
Okay.
It's just basically a huge warehouse that we converted into our snake facility. Lots of heaters and lots of cages, and yeah, it's huge. That's all I can say. It's huge.
Tell us about your beautiful little one here.
This is a Super Phantom Anthrax. If you look, he's got black eyes and he got the red dot in him, the red pupil.
I have to say, sometimes I don't see that red eye, and they're like, "Yeah, look," and I'm like, "No, I see it."
Yeah, it's pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Do they have any problems with their vision?
Not that I know of, but clearly, I mean, we don't see through for them. But,
right. No, that you've noticed though. Like I know on some of my albino stuff, you can see that they don't see as well.
Sure. And I can see that, I definitely see that too. But yeah, I mean, these guys, they don't show any kind of issues with their sight at all.
Interesting. So tell me your method for sexing a retic.
I let Sarah do it.
Okay. Do you know how Sarah does it?
Yep. We do not probe.
Okay.
But we do, it's just something that I don't know.
Okay.
Gavin never taught me how to do it.
Okay.
And I just don't feel comfortable sticking something in them.
Okay, gotcha. So you don't probe any species?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No. But basically what we do, and I'm not going to do it like really for real.
Yes. Okay.
But we kind of bend the tail up and we just kind of roll. And if it's a boy, the hemipenes come out, and if it's a girl, yeah, it's not hemipenes.
So you pop them. Do you ever have trouble popping retics, like even big ones?
Yeah, sometimes the big ones are tougher.
Okay.
But I mean, there's 4 of us there, so we all try to make sure that we have it right.
Okay. Have you ever gotten cloacal fluid in your mouth? I know the answer. I just have to hear you say it.
I have not.
What?
No.
You haven't been in it long enough, girl. They sling all around.
They do, but I keep my mouth shut.
And you're like,
Sarah might have, because she's always got her mouth running.
Oh, okay. Never. She has. I know she has. I see it in her eyes. The answer is yes. Yes.
It is.
In your eyes? You have to open your eyes.
Actually, yes.
Okay, there we go. So in the orifice.
I did not
the
get
mucous membrane.
Pink eye though.
There.
So
that is wonderful news.
That I did not get pink eye from.
Not okay. So it's a happy ending. That is excellent.
It's not like laying down on a dirty pillow.
No. No dirty pillows here. Okay. All right, I have to ask, mainlands or dwarfs?
Oh, that's a tough one because we have both.
Okay.
I do love the mainlands, but we always get the excuse that they're just too big.
Right, of course.
But I do also love the dwarfs because they don't get as big and people just kind of tend to love them more, I guess. But I mean, I love them both the same.
Okay.
So
It's just easier and safer to maintain the dwarfs. When you're
yeah,
by
the
yourself.
dwarfs are a little bit easier. Like my little 5'1" Sarah, she can handle
Right.
the
cutie
smaller
pie,
ones better.
Little mini employees.
Whereas like with the Mainlands, it's huge. I mean,
Some of
it's
them I
hard
do by
to.
myself because I know how they are.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your largest snake? And tell us about her.
Well, our largest snake is, I think she's an albino something. Yeah, she's an
Okay.
albino something. She's, I would say, probably about 23 feet.
Wow.
And
Demonstrate her girth. Are we talking Big Bessie? Oh my
She's-
gosh.
Yeah, she's huge. And she's
Basketball?
old. Yeah, she's about basketball,
Wow.
and she's huge, and she's old.
Okay.
So it's one of our retired breeders, and we don't, like, if we have breeders that, I mean, we fall in love with all of our snakes.
Of course.
So like our
All
retired,
600, yeah.
Our Mainlands, we do not sell our Mainlands. We just keep them for pets, love up on them, and until they pass away.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you name your snakes?
There's too many. Oh my gosh, it would be like a Leroy 1, Leroy 2.
Yeah, I know. So funny. Well, people ask me all the time, anytime, like I do educational stuff, and they say like, oh, what's its name? And I'm like, what's your name?
Yeah.
She's like, Sarah, and I'm like, that's her name.
Yes,
Even though it's like a
absolutely.
male bearded dragon.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. I've never done that.
Whatever.
No, I would never do that. So anyway, I teach school, and everyone wants my animals to have a name. So I've started naming them.
Oh
and
my.
It's like,
Write it on the page now.
yeah, like every
Yeah.
kid has an animal name. Every person I've ever met
Oh
has
my
an animal
goodness.
name. Yeah. So now we'll have a Sarah and Amanda.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yay.
So
I'll be the bomb.
yeah. So you're gonna we'll find a Sarah,
Okay.
a cool Sarah.
Yep.
All right, if a customer just coming into the industry and they were already set on retics, so you don't need to, they're educated, they're prepared, and they said, I have $1,000, what should I buy? What would you recommend to them?
Well, we do always recommend a baby.
Yes,
Just so they know how to kind of grow with it.
exactly.
So we show them all of our ins and outs, and if they don't have the setup yet, then we actually have taken them around to get them a setup.
Oh, awesome.
So we physically just take them around and try to educate them.
That's really
Yeah.
so important.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what we do is we make sure that they're fully educated and they have the proper setup, and they always have our numbers, our personal numbers.
Oh, good.
So
do you ever refuse a sale to a
yes,
customer? Tell us about that.
absolutely. If you're not knowledgeable, if they come up and think it's a ball python, just no. These
Wow.
are not ball pythons.
Yeah.
If they don't know, basically, if they just, it's not like if they have too many questions, but then again, if they do have too many questions, they don't know what they're dealing
Well,
with.
it is a red flag that maybe they have some
Yeah.
homework to do before
Yeah.
they make a purchase.
Absolutely, and we have directed them to different places to get educated, and then when they do reach out to us, we do quiz them.
That's
and if
really
it's
good.
and if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It's for their safety and the snake.
That's really awesome. So speaking of safety, what are your safety protocols at your place?
Well, we actually do pride in that. Like for myself, I am not comfortable dealing with big animals by myself.
Right. I mean,
So yeah, Sarah is more fearless than I am. So we made it a point to where she does not deal with big animals by herself. Someone has to be in the facility as
by
well.
big, what's your rule?
So I would say 10 feet or more.
Yeah.
And I know that if they're smaller, they can
Of
hurt
course.
you, but
It's not like she ever works alone.
not normally. No, someone's always there with each other.
What
But,
tools do
yeah.
you guys use?
We have hooks. We have short hooks, long hooks, and it just depends on the size.
Uh-huh.
We have tongs. We have gloves. We have shields. We do have quite a bit of stuff that can help.
Do you have a specific brand you guys like?
No, not really. We just try to we just test them all out, I guess.
Okay.
You know, we have a whole bunch of different ones.
We have equipment that's like 20 years old from Midwest Tongs, and it's still going strong.
Yeah.
And they're awesome.
We do have Midwest tongs
Yeah.
that are pretty good. So yeah, we just try to do, like, we're not going to get like little aluminum things.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not
No.
even for the babies.
We use the little tiny red ones
For the babies,
brand new
yeah.
babies.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything larger than that, we do.
No,
Yeah.
you need heavy duty equipment
Yeah.
for big
Yes.
pythons.
And my husband does come in and make sure that everything's copacetic at night when he's done with work. He comes in and makes sure that everything's in place, and you know, and he knows if we're not taking safety protocols.
Do you guys do ambient temps, or do you have heat on everybody?
Everybody.
Wow.
So, I mean, we do have a great heater in the facility, but we do have heating panels on every single cage.
Oh, Lord.
And we have the thermostats and stuff, so Sarah and I we're constantly checking. And Dave does too, and Gavin does too, but it's, I mean, for the most part, it's Sarah and I that check and do all that stuff, so.
How many hours a week would you say your collection takes in labor combined among all of you?
Whew. 70 to, I would think about 70 to 80 hours between every single person. Yeah. It takes a lot.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I could easily see that. I mean, I know how much time we spend.
Mm-hmm.
And big snakes take more time,
They
more effort.
do,
have
they
bigger
do.
water dishes. What do you use for water?
We have these water dishes that we get at our fleet farm, or Farm and Fleet, whatever, just a local tractor store.
Okay.
And they're about this big.
Okay.
And we put them in.
Be like horse.
Are
Yeah.
they like rubbery?
No, we try not to do the rubbery because they're a little bit more porous.
Yes, I've noticed that. They're hard.
So they're hard plastic.
Oh, okay.
And then, you know, with the bigger ones, like our Mainlands and stuff, we have big bowls that are hard plastic as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So if a customer were to come to you and say, I've got a clutch and no incubator and I'm on a budget, what would you recommend to them?
Build it.
Okay. Do you have a specific method?
Well, Gavin, he does really well with building things, and he does it more of like PVC and stuff like that. Like for us right now, we have a big cooler that we repurpose. That's
Yes.
it. I can't even
Definitely,
think.
that's like our go-to because
Yeah.
it's already made.
Yeah. Yep. And we just
Yeah.
put the heat tape in and stuff
Right.
like that. But we have had some friends that have actually used a regular cooler, and because it kept the humidity and the heat and everything, and
Wow.
they've done successful things with it. So,
Cool.
so I guess it just depends on their personal budget and how much work they want to do.
Right. Do you guys ever let moms self-incubate?
No.
Okay.
No, we take them off right away and we incubate it so we can keep an eye on it and get the moms all cleaned up and all the cages cleaned and stuff.
Do you
And
separate the clutches or do you incubate with it glued into a nest?
we separate.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty anal about that, where we separate and we actually place them just strategically in each spot.
Okay.
So
tell us why you do that.
because my husband told me to.
Okay.
He's really anal with that stuff because then he can see exactly, like he's got a photogenic memory.
Wow.
So he'll look at them and then like the next day or even a week later or something, he'll look at it again and he knows exactly what is doing what.
Right.
So
if you have an egg that's starting to spoil, you can remove it from the nest.
yeah, absolutely. And if it looks like it's going bad, he will separate it and
Right.
try to save it kind of
That's
thing.
part of the
So,
advantage of separating those eggs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they all kind of spoil.
You're right. Yeah. So,
I know you knew that. Just
Yeah.
Bringing
He
that
just,
point to the
he's,
surface.
and it's just working with my husband and doing what, because he's ultimately our boss.
Uh-huh.
He kind of tells us what to do and we do it, and if it's not right, he tells us then too.
Okay, so sounds like he's a man that you admire and adore. So
Oh, yeah.
tell us an embarrassing story about him.
Oh Lord.
Come on, do it. It's something juicy. Good.
Let me think for a second.
I know he's listening, but not listening.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Let's see. What did Gavin do? Shoot. Okay. It was a few years ago, and my girlfriend was up in our spare bedroom. She was sick with the flu. I just got home from the clinic because I broke my foot.
Oh.
And he went downstairs to go feeding. and he was just in a bathrobe, nothing on underneath.
It's going to be good, I can tell.
Yeah. So he ended up getting bit because the
Okay.
snake missed the tongs and bit him in the hand.
Okay.
It was a bad bite. Like, he got stitches and everything.
Wow.
Well, I couldn't get downstairs because I had this big old boot on.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend comes down with her puke bucket, and she goes, and we're like, okay, we got to take him to the hospital. So here he is in his bathrobe, and it's kind of falling open. Again, he's naked. So she's down there with her puke bucket trying to put his pants on, and she's getting smacked in the head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By
So
a snake.
by his snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were actually just talking about that not too long ago. So yeah, that was his lesson. Don't do this naked.
Yeah, I think that's a good lesson in general. Like, don't cook bacon.
Right?
Don't feed retics.
Don't try to belly
in
dance
the
naked.
nude. Well, that's way safer. I'm a belly dancer.
Oh, are you?
You
Oh,
could belly dance naked. That's way safer than cooking bacon or feeding
the
retics.
shit doesn't stop though.
Well-
because I used to belly dance.
Oh
and-
yeah, so you know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you shimmy, isolation is important.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're feeding snakes, isolation is important. Yeah.
Okay, there was a breeder in Brazoria, Texas by the name of Cliff Stevenson that recently passed away. Did you know him?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, so this video is actually in dedication to him. We didn't know him, but we've absorbed his collection for the safety of his 75-year-old mother that was trying to care for it.
Sure.
And we've agreed to primarily keep it together and try and carry on his lineage. He was working with slayers and a lot of stuff. We don't even know. We're trying to figure out what still.
Oh, wow. Bless your heart. Wow, that's a rough job to take on.
It was. I mean, so we have about 500 animals, and only about we've gone from like 40 to 100 retics, and so it's kind of changed our plans a little bit. Mm-hmm. But we felt like it was not only a unique opportunity, but basically like there was a really important need there, and we were close enough, and we had the means, and so we went and took that.
Bless your heart.
Yeah,
That's a hard job to do.
Yeah, they were in her home, and it wasn't safe, and so
Wow.
Yeah, so this video is actually dedicated to Cliff.
Well, bless you.
Wow, this was so fun. Thank you
It
so
was.
much.
Thank you.
Where can people find you?
We are on Facebook as In Your Face Exotix. We're also on Morph Market. I'm on Instagram as well.
Okay.
And then our personal pages on Facebook as well.
Excellent. So we will link all their information in the description box below. Hope you guys like this one, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.